Have you ever heard a song so catchy you just had to dance? Now, imagine you couldn't stop. Not for hours, not for days, not even when your body was breaking. This isn't a fairy tale. This is the true story of the dancing plague of 1518. It all began on a hot summer day in the city of Strasbourg. A woman, known as Frau Trophäa, stepped out of her house and onto the cobblestone street. Without any music, she started to dance. Her movements were not joyful, they were desperate, a silent scream. She danced and danced, unable to control her own body. The sun beat down, but she kept going. At first, people just watched, confused and a little scared. But within a week, something unbelievable happened. More people joined her, not in a happy celebration, but in the same uncontrollable, frantic dance. Dozens of people were now twisting and spinning in the streets. They didn't want to dance, but they couldn't stop. It was like a nightmare they couldn't wake up from. Soon, dozens became hundreds. The streets of Strasbourg were filled with a crowd of silent dancers. They were exhausted, their feet were bleeding, and some were crying out in pain. But still, they danced. Day and night, the city was filled with the sound of shuffling feet. The city leaders were desperate. What was happening to their people? They had no answers. To understand this madness, we need to look at the world of 1518. Life was incredibly hard. People were suffering from famine. There wasn't enough food to eat. Terrible diseases were spreading, and many lived in constant fear of death. This created immense stress and anxiety. Some historians believe this was a case of mass psychogenic illness, or mass hysteria. The extreme stress caused a physical reaction in their bodies, a psychological explosion that took the form of dancing. Another popular theory points to something in their food. A fungus called ergot sometimes grows on rye, a common grain used to make bread. This fungus can cause muscle spasms, hallucinations, and a burning sensation in the limbs. It's possible that the people of Strasbourg were accidentally poisoned by their daily bread, sending them into this deadly dance. The local doctors and priests had their own ideas. They thought the people were possessed by spirits or cursed. They tried everything, from prayers and exorcisms to even building a stage and hiring musicians, believing that the dancers needed to dance the fever out of their systems. But this only made things worse. The music encouraged more people to join the horrifying marathon. The dancing continued for weeks, turning from a strange event into a deadly one. People began to die. They collapsed from heart attacks, strokes, and pure exhaustion. The streets became a scene of horror, with bodies falling as the dancing went on. The city that once danced was now grieving. The eerie beat of the drums echoed through a city descending into chaos. Then, as mysteriously as it began, it stopped. One by one, the dancers collapsed, or simply ceased their frantic movements. The music faded, and a haunting silence fell over Strasbourg. The streets were empty once more. The survivors were left with weak bodies and terrifying memories. To this day, no one knows for sure what caused an entire town to dance itself to death. Was it a stressed mind, a poisoned body, or something we can't explain? The dancing plague remains one of history's most chilling and unsolved mysteries, a silent echo of a time when the world went mad. What do you think caused this strange event? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy exploring the mysteries of the past, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories. See you next time.